Hi everyone, thanks for watching. If you enjoy our shows, please like our videos and subscribe to our channel. And remember to hit the bell for notifications. And you can support us via PayPal, Patreon, Bitcoin, and through our website, ageoftruth.tv.
Hello and welcome to this Age of Truth TV update. I'm Lucas Alexander in Denmark. It's the 12th of July 2020 and this is a brief update because we did a fascinating and eye-opening and very successful show with a young guy from Romania, AKOS Mondovici, the other day, and I know a lot of you have seen that, and for those of you who haven't seen it, please do check it out. The key to the mystery of the universe. But a lot has happened since we did that show just a week ago. A lot has happened in Romania where he is, and it's about the lockdown, it's about the whole situation with the COVID-19 coronavirus. And just for this little update, let's go to AKOS and talk to him a little bit about what's going on at the moment there. So today we are back with a little update with our good new friend, AKOS Mondovici, joining us again from Romania. And a lot has happened since we did our very fascinating show the other day, AKOS. And you are in Romania.
Hey Lucas, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty crazy here.
Right now, Romania seems to be a little bit affected by, what is it, already the second wave coming here? We're talking about the COVID-19 coronavirus lockdown. What's going on in your part of the world?
Well, they tried to launch the second wave, but people already know a lot of things and they will not let it. I think that this will be maybe a deciding moment, hopefully. I mean, really, hopefully, will be a deciding moment for all governments, because really governments are. So think of it like this: it's so easy. I mean, it's so simple. Everything is so simple. All governments, I mean, the big politicians and leaders, and I am this president and I am that president. No, you're just a little stupid child, and you know the plan, and you just put up that face, that serious face, that look, we are serious, we must prepare, we must do this, we must do. Shut up, just get out of there, you dumb children. I know your plan, we all know your plans, we know colors, we know everything, so we don't fear anything. Hopefully, I mean, I will go to the protest also, but hopefully we can win this and have courage. Not because if you really, when you are protesting, you are just asking like mommy and daddy, please give us new toys because we hate these toys, please give us new laws. No, you get out of there and we rule the world.
So what is actually going on in Romania right now? You spoke about protests. So people are going out on the street now protesting against the lockdown, or what?
Yes, exactly, against the lockdown, because everyone knows it's just a fraud. I mean, I knew it from the beginning that there was some virus to validate the testers with, and the testers only to get out positive. I mean, there are other variables inserted there also, but mainly to come out positive for that specific Wuhan virus. And but there isn't. This virus is not such a big thing. The more emphasis is on the testers and on how to make these death counts even larger so they can validate it. But they are playing with fire because they don't know, because they haven't tasted of the fire of the wings of the phoenix, and they will soon.
But do you think that it's actually a real virus? Do you think it's a lab-made virus, either in Wuhan, China, or in America, a biological weapon? Or do you think it's actually totally fake, a hoax? What some doctors talk about, well, exosomes and natural viruses in the body that can be triggered by different things. Certainly electromagnetic frequencies. We, of course, hear about 5G. So could that be the case? And we've also heard that this COVID-19, whether it is real or not, has actually killed less people than an ordinary seasonal flu.
Well, it's exactly like that. I mean, I don't know what we are so afraid of. I mean, the whole thing, it will go exactly down like this. So people now are still in confusion, and they are interviewing this, interviewing that, try to make conversations so they can all agree upon the same subject. And when everything, the whole mathematical structure comes down to the 0 point, then will everyone act. But in order to reach that, people still need that self-validation, so they can stare into the abyss and really see that there is nothing awaiting them, and this is serious. I mean, it's serious, but it's also in the same time, it's just like a child's play. These Bill Gates is the Bill Gates and Soros is the main child who is throwing the toys. We are the angels who are trying to save the population, and the population still doesn't know where to turn. So when the population will know the whole truth, the simplest truth of them all, then the veil will fall.
So people are actually waking up in Romania if they're protesting, aren't they, or what? They don't believe that this is supposed to happen, that they're supposed to fear this virus, that they go against the lockdown. Is that the case?
They don't know what to do. Most of them, they don't know what to do because they are scared. They don't have a soul in them. That's exactly the soul. If you are willing to die for your cause and for everything that you believe in, that means that you have a soul and you will never ever die. That is living forever. But if you just shut up with that stupid face masks on, that's holding God in you captive. It's like it's not about the virus. It never was about the virus. That is just a distraction. The main thing is always on these psychological games, that they make you do things through you using some means like the virus, that you need to cover your face or something, but it really doesn't help. But it must be done because it's a ritual. Just like 9/11, they eliminated 1-0 from the 9/11, and now they turn it around in the mirror image, and now it become, without a 1, it became COVID-19. So it now is the elimination of the second pillar of the soul, and what will remain is just number 9, that primal spiral that they try to capture in the digital realm. I mean, in this playing field, the Flatlanders.
Wow. So you believe that in terms of numerology and what you're studying and what we discussed the other day in our really fascinating show, that 9/11 is...
Lucas, do you believe that you are Dracula? Do you believe that?
Wow.
Well, you are Dracula. Well, it's that easy. It's that easy. I mean, what do we need? Come on.
No, not really.
This world is a stage. Let's make one hell of a show.
Let's make one hell of a show.
Yeah.
But you are right there where the legends happened.
They are not legends. They are real. I mean, you already are the ambassador of Earth. I mean, you already are nominated to be the ambassador of Earth.
So you've nominated me to become that. That's very, very nice of you.
I just liked it, but not up. I liked it like this because you need to go down to the heart in order to be activated. So actually, this is the like, this is the dislike. Because you can turn it around and rotate it however you want. So it becomes the same.
Like 6 and 9.
Like 6 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
But together they make a really good position. Yeah.
So, but just for the audience to hear your explanation about the whole 9/11 connection, and even an international satanic dark ritual happening towards the human population at the moment. So, in terms of numerology, how would you connect those things?
They needed to start with a central pillar of the soul that can be reduced in a symbolized structure like 9/11, but
like the two twin towers.
Yeah, that's the important part. So one here, and the 9 in between. But this 9 can move either here or either here. It either becomes the mirror image, either becomes the conductor here, either becomes the kite from the other side. So it just depends on where you place it. And it must be in conjunction with what eye they are symbolizing to cover, because only through that eye it will be activated. And now they just turned it around, and since 9/11 happened and the Twin Towers were crushed, and also a portal, I mean, they made a ritual in time that the crash happened, and in the meantime that people died, because all those souls could be converted in I mean, that power of the souls that the people were falling and are dead from the crashing of the building, that souls can be used as a portal to some dark entities to come through, and they are real. I mean, dark spirits and things are real because they summon them, they believe in them, so that makes it real. And now we only remain just with 9 and with 1. So you need to make a switch in order to work, to form a mirror image, so that you eliminate the other pillar of the soul, and that would be just 19. And COVID-19 was an anagram for the coronavirus carnivorous, because those devils that are here, I mean, those spirits that are here roaming throughout the earth, just as the movie with Sandra Bullock and Bird Box presented us, that it will happen in Romania first. They are now floating around, and they are really pushing it, because they have no road back. I mean, you can't just stop from the plan. They are so deep in that it's obvious to everyone, and they can't leave it now, so they will go all the way. It's just like children, when we have built something beautiful here on the earth, and these bad children came and pushed everyone around, and now that everything, I mean, they can see that they will not win and they will be exposed, and the shame will be extraordinarily big for them. Their soul will burn inside. That's what they fear. And now they try, just like this, they try to destroy everything and all the sandcastles and just leave us with nothing. So they will not stop. I can assure you that.
So do you think that the second wave that they talk about, we've heard so much about now, is that what is happening this time? I mean, they also said that the first, I mean, a lot of people who are into this field of research talked about that this was the first wave that we saw in the beginning of 2020, and now comes the second wave, but that the first wave was a simulation, a staged event to see how people will comply to the changing of the laws and the constitutions and new regulations, face masks, what have you, be controlled by fear. And then the second one could be the real or a biological weapon. Not that we hope that this is going to happen, but how do you see that?
Well, if it's going to happen, it's just a matter of belief, because this whole reality is just a hologram. If you review it from an outside world, I mean, if you place yourself in the outside world, then what they tell you will become real. It's that simple. And they can even release the whole monsters from Resident Evil or whatever they want. If we don't believe and if you have faith, nothing will affect us, because this virus should have killed a lot more people. But look how the power of it, how weak it is. It's because the Earth is going through this new transition towards the good, towards this new energy field, and even Earth is fighting for us. But we really need to act. We really need to act. I mean, it's not a game. They will not stop. Believe me, they will not stop.
So how do you think it could, how could it ever affect the whole world in the way that it's that is, you know, it's happening right now? If it's not true, how can so many people believe this or comply to it?
Because they make it true. I mean, by complying to it, they make it true.
They make it happen by believing it, by thinking it's real, by being consumed with fear, you mean?
Yeah, it's insane, but it's real. I mean, that's the truth. It immediately manifests as soon as you fear, without any lag. It will, in reality, it will really manifest. I mean, you will manifest that, and you will make it real. Even though if maybe there isn't any virus, just the information makes it real. I mean, why would they need to? I mean, why would they need to cover all those deaths, and even not the coronavirus deaths, with I mean, labeling it as coronavirus death? So because they lack the, I mean, they knew that the virus should have killed a lot more people, but it's not so effective. Our heart is more powerful than any virus.
So the devil never takes a day off or go on vacation, huh?
Well, it takes a day off when you are interviewing him. You didn't get the joke.
So you're the devil?
Maybe, but even also, I mean, also an angel, just as dark, same as light. You need to be both in order to not fall on either side.
But why do you need to be both? We want to do good and be a light being, huh?
Well, we did that now.
A good person doing good deeds, being kind to others, not the dark side. Of course, we all have it, but
yeah, but we need it. Yeah, we need it, because if we are always good, then we will fall into the same trap. We will go exactly in the plus quadrant of the Cartesian system, and that means that we only want positivity. But if you have also the evil inside, I mean, you can use it as an art. I mean, you can express yourself, but you always know not to push yourself forward as me. Even if you are, I mean, even if you have some great information, you always need to encourage the others. Just like in a fractal system, if you are a point, you need to cooperate with all other points in order to make a structure.
Yeah, oh, I thought you would go on.
No, I surprised you.
Yes, you have a habit of doing that. So how do you deal with the darkness inside? Because I guess everybody feels fear at some point. And of course, what is happening here, if you don't have the fear, if you don't fear getting the virus, or somebody you love, well, getting the virus or getting ill, you certainly fear that there will be this new world order takeover, or this totalitarian global government hijack. So in order to change that, and in order to spread awareness and enlighten people, or to change their frequency, I guess you would really have to work on the fears and to work on yourself in order to do that. So when you talk about having both sides, the good side and the bad side, or the dark side of your emotional, well, personality, and we all have that, how do you work with that? How do you process those different sides?
Well, I really try to express that really loudly, like, but not projecting towards someone, but more of it, expressing it like doing some exercise as martial arts, or kicking something, or try to put it in your art. And don't hesitate with everything. I mean, don't let anything hold you back. If you want to curse and do what in order to express that even more, the greater the art will be. So that's one way of taking it down from you and pushing it in something that can also become creative or inspiring. But projecting it towards another consciousness will never work, because you are getting rid of it, but in the same time you are charging someone's consciousness and someone's body with the anger you tried to get rid of, because energy never disappears, it only transforms.
Absolutely. And some people, they also have an energy field that you can't, well, penetrate or go into without having asked, well, permission. But some people, they can certainly do this dark magic stuff where they can kind of, well, penetrate that field, huh? And that's where these dark occultists use their ritual magic. And that is also based on numbers and what we talked about the last time, sacred geometry and understanding the universe and frequencies and everything. But most people are not aware of it. They call it conspiracy theories. They just call it that this is just nonsense. So how could we open up to more awareness, do you think? Because you talked about a unified, well, a collective shift that needs to happen in order to change the vibration and the energy. What are your thoughts here?
Let us make rituals together. We all need to be humble and do a group ritual or meditation in order to have a structure in our thinking while we are doing it. Because as soon as you attribute a structure to a thought or something, just like so let's say I want to invade you in your sleep, your energy. I will make a gateway. I will imagine the whole mathematical structure in my head, how I will go from here. I will I will make this point expand, then from the spiral dimension entering in your dimension. There I build another mathematical structure, and from that structure I have just these little arms that I can operate. But in order, you need to keep in mind the beginning and also the end, because otherwise the mental structure will disappear. And if you exercise this more and more, and we get rid of all these stupid cell towers and these ether vibrating technologies, then this thought that you have the structure in your mind, as more and more as you practice it and focus it in reality, it will become real as light in reality. And after that, you can materialize it. I mean, that small particles will transform into orbiting atoms around the whole structure, and it will fall from the air in your hands.
Well, people can actually spiritually meet in a lucid dream and in a lucid state and have conversations. Many people have talked about having had those experiences. Also, when they allow, another energy to enter. So that is also a very, that's a very spiritual unity there, isn't it? When we talk on that level.
You don't imagine what can be possible. All ancient sites around the earth are built on exact magnetic field lines in order, after 30,000 years, to activate another force field beyond the ozone layer. And that orgone energy layer would have been made instant pineal gland communication between all beings on the planet, even man and animals and bugs and everything. You can feel them and you wouldn't need any more words. So that's what all the ancients worked on.
Mm-hmm. So, well, could we say that the pineal gland is the same as the all-seeing eye and the eye of Horus, the third eye, the eye of illumination, and in the Lord of the Rings films, the eye of Sauron, and which can access greater vision beyond the five senses and the eyes? How would you describe it symbolically?
I would describe it as simple as even a child can understand it, because it's really important to be simplistic about everything. So you have this yellow infinity line here, which departs the left from the right. The pineal gland is exactly on this line. So it means that it has direct access to infinity source energy, which this eye and this eye can fluctuate as dark and light and creates reality. But this center line, the pineal gland, will always be there and can always access higher dimensional realms, and that's actually where heaven is. So you retract through the pineal gland inside the heart. That's why they try to calcify it in order to rupture that link between the spiral in the heart and the antenna of the heart, which is the pineal gland for the brain.
So the significance of the pineal gland is, of course, extraordinary, right? Because that is really our ability to see and feel, and our intuition as well. But on most people, the pineal gland today is more or less calcified, of course, and you just mentioned that, and therefore it's not functioning to the best of its ability. It's almost like it's been ritually reduced also from functioning in an optimized way through all these occult magic rituals as well, so that people do not have clear vision. So how can we cleanse or clean or reactivate, resurrect the pineal gland so that people can open their minds in a totally different way, also with the spiritual connection to the universe? Because that is really what it all comes down to when we talk about these things, right?
That's the holy grail of man, the pineal gland. You can actually teleport yourself throughout space-time if you activate fully the pineal gland. It's that amazing. But what to do? Simple. Save the world, and then anything, we can fix anything with frequencies, anything, even missing body parts and anything that you want. Even purify water, reactivate it, enable the spirits and everything. We just need to save the world. It's that simple. Leave your jobs, leave your good-for-nothing jobs that destroy nature for money, leave every digital stuff, everything that separates us, and we come together, and you won't believe the power we have together. I mean, I don't want to be a master or anything. I just want to be a part of the whole, and have fun, because everything is just a story. And while some of us forgot our true provenience and our true amazing story, we try to tell that story again to people, so we all know the story and we can all have fun.
But it's very easy for you to say that people should just quit their jobs. What would they do? I mean, they can't just do that. And some people also say that you shouldn't pay taxes and all that. But we are in the middle. We are in this major soup of financial, let's say, in a financial soup of madness, and a lot of people can't get out. People are dependent on money to survive, to do everything.
There is no other way. And the circle is getting smaller and smaller.
But how could they survive, AKOS?
Well, it's not my problem that everyone gave in to money and no one wanted to study nature so they can survive in nature. It's that simple. You either choose, you can't serve two masters. You either serve the mother or you serve IT and AI. And if you serve IT and AI, of course you will never know the secrets of the plants and water. And I mean, you will not be able to survive in any medium because you neglected that. You didn't serve the right master.
But we all depend on materialism and having a roof over our heads and clothing on our back. And food.
That will change. I promise you. That will change. I mean, how can you want something so extraordinarily beautiful if you're not willing to let go? This is what actually is happening with the guys on string theory, the CTMU guys, and all the natural theories and everything. Nobody wants to let go. Nobody will. I mean, because everybody thinks that they got it and they will lose their image of themselves and prestige. I have no image. I just have some information, and I would like I would like that everyone has the same story that I came up with, because it's amazing.
You're referring to the videos that you have on your YouTube channel, and they are very, very technical and like a computer game and very fascinating, but could also be very, very difficult to decode for a lot of people and to understand. And there's a lot of, let's say, cinematic stuff there as well. So I mean, wouldn't it be better that you explain it to people, or why do you urge them to re-upload your videos when it's actually you who made all of that and thought of it?
If you give away something, you have you leave room to gain something.
So describe in a few words the theory of everything.
You, my dear Lucas, you are the theory of everything. You are a work of art. And either one of us is just a page in that huge book. So we all are the theory of everything. We just need to act. It's that simple. Either we stay comfortable, or either we become warriors and taste of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. I mean, we can have all the interviews in the world. They are just talks. We need action. Action, buddy. We need action. We need to act. No other way. Yeah, it's that simple. Here in Romania, everything is 9 times more strict than everywhere else, because Romania is the garden of the Mother Mary, and also Romania has the only spiral mountains on the entire earth. So it all started from Romania, and that's why they that's why the Pope and the Romans put so much emphasis on Romania, because if they can conquer Romania, then the whole world will follow.
In what way?
In the way that all creation, I mean, our life on earth started here in Romania. That's why.
How do you know that? Please explain that shortly.
Because it's the only spiral mountain range. So all the matter injection from the 2 mirror images as the inside, outer earth and the globe earth started from injecting light in a spiral manner. And it all happened here from the Carpathian Mountains. That's why you have that. I mean, if you look at from above, you will see that spiral going down, going through Hungary and all the way down. And it's true. Yeah, it's really true. I mean, I really believe that we can win. We can defeat them. We can win this. And I will not put that stupid mask on my face ever again, because I have promised my soul that I will not put anything on my mouth and I will not shut up. And that is more important to me than any treasure on earth.
Treasure?
Yeah, I mean, the soul is for me to keep my, how is it called in English? That
your integrity.
Your integrity, yeah, that for me is much more important. So I will not wear a mask, and I have never wore a mask. Since the coronavirus started, I have gone everywhere without a mask, and I will not wear it. I knew it from the beginning that they will start this stupid game with monkey shut up, we will not talk, because people will get used to it. After a time, it will become, so actually after 7 days, something that is done repetitively, it will become a habit in humans, and they will follow this. Yeah? I mean, when you go in stores, as soon as I go in the store, people will always, the first thing, oh, I need to put up my mask, but they will wear it like here, but as soon as they see that someone enters the store, they will immediately put it up, and they communicate like that. I mean, it's so funny, and it's actually, it really makes me angry that people can be controlled like that.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable, extraordinary, and it's almost like living in a dream or a nightmare. It is a dream. Yeah. You can't comprehend that this is actually happening and what people will believe in or comply to. But I mean, if you want to go somewhere, if you want to go to a place that you would like to go to, and it would and you would need to wear that because it was, you know, a rule or a law there. But in order for you to go to a certain place that you really want to, would you say no to go there?
Yeah, but integrity is much more important than travel. I mean, people will find out how important important the soul really is, and the soul is integrity. And you can't play games with yourself like that, because it will get recorded. I mean,
but then you can be rewarded in different way. Well, in other ways.
You will see after we die.
Yeah, but I'm not going to wait for that right now.
Well, maybe you will never die.
The soul never dies, huh?
The soul never dies. Yeah, we only our avatar just leaves it, and since it passes through that singularity, it just ejects itself from the body, and that's why you need to have that spiral thing behind your back in order to find your way back to the source, and from there choose other realities that you can go to. But that thing, that way back to the source, was hijacked. So we can't go back, because as soon as people don't understand the Riemann hypothesis, division gap, it means that it's not solved in their mind. So since the Kabbalah knows that it's there, for those who don't think about it, will be still there. And it's like a vortex that will not, I mean, for you it's the other way around. From the plus quadrant, it's like a vortex that it's always pushing you more and more in the plus quadrant, and it will not let you pass to the etheric world in the plus minus quadrant. I'm telling the truth. You can't just go visit whatever you want. There are forces here, and there are vectors here in this world that they are carefully placed, even statues, to control the whole force field of Earth. Even the Pentagon is structured like that, and all the streets that follow the Pentagon, and even the White House, everything is structured like that. So from above, you can view it as a geometry, and it will have a huge effect on the organ flow of the entire frequency reality.
But let's hope that people can really use their consciousness if they are really aware and have gone through the whole awakening process, understanding energy, and when they die, hopefully they can make another decision.
No, they can't. If you don't save Gaia, you will not get any privileges. I can assure you that.
Then you're still talking about holding people captured.
Yes, it is captured. Everyone is captured here on Earth. But we are still telling ourselves a lot of illusions that, oh, we will go there, we will go. No. Believe me, the Kabbalah and Pindar and all these people know exactly what they're doing. So even down to the last street and the last detail and the last vector everywhere. It's only us who don't understand it, and we are making illusions about it.
But that could also be fear propaganda, what you're saying right there.
It's not fear propaganda, it's reality.
How do you know?
Because I see that the Pentagon exists, and I see the geometric structures of the streets around it, and around many other places on Earth.
But that's like saying that there's no purpose in it for people.
Yes, there is purpose. We can blow them up and break them down and build a whole new world. We can. We can do it. We can break down the whole world, and we can break down all these 90-degree angles. And I mean, we really have to do it. There is no other way. We can't live in 90-degree angles anymore. Only if we want to lose our memories and born again blank, with a blank mind. It works like that. Reality doesn't make exceptions. There are only the symmetry forces of the void, which as you build something, that symmetry forces will have an effect on the whole structure and will flow around it. And people who don't understand this are just a victim of these void forces.
Well, you're talking about people being a victim. You're talking about that people are enslaved, that consciousness and the soul is enslaved and can't get out of this matrix, this earthly realm when we die. And that is what a lot of people say that you can do, people who've had near-death experiences and whatnot. At least that's a very, let's say, positive and encouraging thought, isn't it?
No, because they are deluding themselves. They are only entering other realities with different content, but the consequences will be the same. I mean, the cycles will be the same. So the thing is that you cannot live. If you are, the Earth is a playground. We are here at the dimensional playground of one arm of the Mandelbrot set. As long as you don't fix our garbage here in this energy field we call reality, this reality, you will forever be I mean, you will repeat your same life in different contexts, but you can never escape it, because you need to have a pure heart. And in order to have a pure heart, you can't leave any pollution here. So we need to fix it together. It's not like, okay, I played around, I'll leave it, I will leave. No, you can't. The forces will draw you back, and you will keep on living the same dream again and again until you fix the problem you have left behind. It's really unbelievable. I mean, it's God's intent to be unbelievable. Otherwise, it wouldn't have an emotional impact. So that's why I know for certain that it's the true theory of everything.
How can you know anything for certain? You don't know anything. Nobody knows anything totally for certain.
Well, I am nobody. I know it for certain because it's just that simple. In God's land, in God's creation, anything should be possible. Anything. So as you find a structure to it, because numbers can grow until infinity. You can have as much as a giant number you want, as much complicated as you want, but it still is the same reality. It only is more and complex. So that means that I have covered all possibility without even exploring it, just by finding the initial structure that gives birth to everything, from the Mandelbrot set, all forces, all cultures, all spiritual things, everything. But I didn't explore it yet. But I know everything. You need to explore the ways, because it's not scientific, as you would say. It's more like a mystery job. It's like God intended to be like a mystery. So you would find unbelievable things, but they are true. And how the refraction angle was born. How did light knows that it must, if it touches water, it must bend. How did light, I mean, where it is that information that light does that, where it is encoded. Then if you leave a water bubble in free space, I mean in space, in no gravity, how does that water bubble know exactly that it needs to turn into a globe and not other structure, that first globe? And so what does that mean? And I tell you what that means. It means that matter is alive, everything has a spirit. We just haven't been able to summon it yet. And that's why we see all those Vimanas and gods and everything, and they appear so incredible to us. But in that time, they could manipulate the whole canvas of reality. They can play with mentally. They could play with colors, numbers. And that's why Ramanujan and that elephant knows God. They were the best mathematicians ever, and they even come up with the Riemann hypothesis. I mean, the solution that why numbers are recursive, just like a magnetic field line. So I know 90% for certain that we have the theory of everything for the first time, not in history, not in our story, but for the first time in creation. So we have the power of God, and because we have the power of God, we can fix anything and we can do anything, even neutralize radiation from Chernobyl using only specific value frequencies combined, and it will neutralize the elephant foot, and it can be removed. It will not be radioactive anymore. How's that for sexy science?
That is sexy science for sure.
And one more amazing thing that the girls will like, I mean the woman will like, you can tell in what state this whole structure, which is the main singularity, the God, that main symmetric structure that I came up with, you can know what kind of forces dominate currently or presently in our reality just by measuring the ratios between the colors of the rainbow, because sometimes the yellow is much larger compared to the green, sometimes the red is smaller, and a little bit of pink and purple appears. So if you know that, but not measuring it as putting a value on it, but by measurement, I mean that comparing the lengths between them. So that exactly shows how God, that primal structure, is modified and how we can bring it back to balance. So the rainbow actually tells us the imbalance of reality, always, everywhere, on every planet. And you can even you can even decode what kind of a planet there is, I don't know, 100,000 million light years away, only by knowing its spectral structure, its color structure, and how it fluctuates over time. You can know exactly what kind of life is there, or if there is not life, or calculate anything that you want, because that structure multiplied will tell you anything. And the imbalance factors between each fractal time level that builds up the whole planet or the whole object that you try to analyze, that will tell you those imbalance factors. As they interact with each other, they will tell you everything about you, everything you need to know about that planet. Even the calculation of the gravity acceleration down to the 0.0000001% accuracy, only just by observation.
But if there are like many parallel dimensions and parallel universes in a multiverse, and lots of different realms, and also you know different planetary systems, and if there is a matrix, and if there's a grid around Earth that maybe goes out to Saturn or something like that, then you know being able to spot it, it's like saying you put the spotlight in the dark, and then nothing can grow in the dark, and all the dark forces will be lit up and be shown. So if you know and if you understand, then perhaps you can exit this realm, this matrix, and go elsewhere in the first place, or even go to source.
You can, but first you need to fix your the problems on Earth. And you know why it works, because you already know that Chernobyl and Fukushima and other man-made catastrophes happened on Earth, and because you already recorded inside your memory, as long as you don't see it eliminated, it will always draw you back, because the only way to escape on other realities, and other realities are not necessarily made out of numbers and the rainbow. They are they are made out of other symbols, because numbers and colors on geometry are one form of trinity that can form our current reality. But if you use other recursive information, I don't know what now, but just as the Roswell UFO I-beams, those little symbols that were discovered, those are from other realities that still represent the same reality as ours, but here we use numbers, but they use those kind of symbols. So if you put your numbers on them and observe, because they are actually magnetic fluctuation positions, so they are just different states of fluctuations, and you need to put the whole picture together, just as just as water resonates to sound. So they extracted it from there and they use it to describe their reality. Plus they also have other variables that are not shown. But if you know the primal structure, you can decode anything. You can put even all the ancient civilization symbols that they used inside that Kabbalah Sephiroth structure, and as you interconnect them in the center, you can extract from the infinity line, you can extract their whole story. I would not say history, because that's a trap word. I would say that their whole story, and you can understand everything that they're about. Plus, also the pyramids are, this new place that they discovered in Egypt, that new place, that new chamber that was the sand was removed
at the Cheops pyramid, or what?
I don't know exactly.
Under the Sphinx, was it?
They also use colors, and it's from the same reality, and we can know everything that the Egyptians knew, not by hieroglyphs, but by transforming those into numbers and analyze it with our understanding. So we transmute their reality through that geometric structure in order to understand it from our perspective. But the difference between the two realities are just the symbols that each civilization used.
All right.
All the stars are eternal thoughts that are shining, ready to be awakened, so we can play together again with the gods, and we can make it. Plus, if we save the world, you can come here in Romania and we can go explore the Butchejima Mountains and see what really the Atlanteans left for us. Because your soul is so pure, that you can really open that forced barrier with those two triangles. You just need to put your hand there, and it will open up, just as it opened up for that pseudonym Radu Cinamar.
Oh wow, yeah.
But the first American soldier that tried to enter it, they passed through that force field and they were completely dematerialized. So only the pure hearts can pass it.
You
really have to have courage. Yeah.
Wow.
We are talking about the theory of everything. We're talking about a lot of things, but believe me, you can't even. I mean, not even I can imagine what would happen if reality would open up and we would become the neutron and everything would orbit around us. And that's
well, you'll have to explain it more and go more in depth. And I want to go very in depth with you about this and so many other things soon again when we do another show.
Numbers don't lie, Lucas. Numbers never lie. They are the only thing that don't lie.
There's so much more, and I really look forward to that. But we just wanted to do a little update that became a longer update with lots of other things here. It was really great to have you on the show.
Namaste.
Great. Thank you so much, AKOS Mondovici, for doing this update with Age of Truth TV.
Thank you so much, Lucas, for being the best interviewer in the world.
Wow. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you. And thanks to all of you for watching Age of Truth TV. You can support us by clicking onto our website, ageoftruth.tv. And please like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell for notifications. Do sign up for our newsletter on our website. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you again soon.